What's up, everybody? ODC here. Hello, 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 and welcome to the San Diego Comic Con reveal stream. I usually do one of these pretty much almost every year. Just talk about the figure reveals and stuff like that. A little late, but I wanted to kind of take my time with it, not really rush into what I thought about the instant gratification of seeing something brand new, and then just I usually like to digest things. So I took my time with this, and also wanted to make a couple announcements, like the 5K giveaway, which those two figures that will be up for the 5K giveaway are the GI Joe classified figures of Jinx and Airborne. And that I will be doing a live stream for, and I'm going to be randomly just picking the winner. But I'll make a 5K giveaway video, a short, really quick. I might just do a short, quick video for that. This way, everyone who comments on the video will automatically be just entered into it. But just wait for the video to upload and then comment on that specific video. And then you'll be entered in. And really, the only rules are that you have to be subscribed and just leave a comment on that video once I upload it. So that's pretty much it as far as that goes. But don't be shy. Say hi in the comments, and we'll start going through this stuff. I'm going to start going through it in a little bit. There are a couple books that I want to talk about, which actually have to do with some of the reveals in the San Diego Comic Con, and I have an unboxing really quick to do because I think I got a figure in, and then I got some paint because I've been doing a lot more customizing, and I actually have a custom to show you guys that's almost done. So I hope you guys are ready for that. And we're gonna have some fun, man. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a drink. I got my booby cup here. This is a Hooters cup that my girlfriend got me for my birthday, which was hilarious. Got some nice, delicious water in there. I don't know. Recently lost like a ton of weight. I got really fat. It was gross. And I lost like a ton of weight. I lost like almost 20 pounds already. And everything's been working like my back feels a little bit better now. I was having like back issues for a little while. And that was due to actually not me just being overweight, but there was a snowboarding incident that happened, and I like fell weird, and then someone like ran right into me. It's a long story. This happened like 3 years ago, and ever since my like lower back has been a mess. And then I like gained weight, like a ton of weight, like I was way overweight. And but yeah, recently just lost like 20 pounds, just eating less, which it was hard in the beginning, but way better now. I just don't get the urges to eat like I was in the past. And then just drinking a ton of water. I will not touch fast food anymore. Like I haven't touched fast food in 6 months now, and I lost like a shit ton of weight. So I won't touch the stuff ever again. But yeah, I've been feeling a lot better, mentally and physically, which is great. Not that I was like super like depressed or anything like that, but it's just for your psyche. I've always been like pretty much a rail the majority of my life, and then like I gained weight within the last like 4 years, like just gaining weight. But anyway, you're not here for that. You're you're definitely not here for that. Hope you guys enjoy my alopecia, which decided to come back and rear its ugly head. So there's my alopecia. In case I didn't shave myself wrong. It's just alopecia that likes to rear its ugly head every so often. So, um, yeah. So pretty much it's either you have to take like a steroid cream, and that's what I've been doing. So hopefully it goes away soon. But I do have a custom to show you guys. I'm just going to show you it right now that I'm working on, and it's actually my custom 9-nub. And I don't know why the Black Series hasn't released this, but here's the beginnings of it. Pretty much the majority of it is the Rose Tico body. And this has been done numerous times by other creators, like I want to say Lance Peter Luke, stuff like that. Everyone's got their own kind of variation as to how they kind of set this guy up. I'm waiting for the custom head because I can't paint heads whatsoever, and I have no bones about saying that. But the body is, like I said, Rose Tico. And actually, a lot of these pieces worked out because I had a extra, what's his name for the Ugnaught from friggin' Mandalorian? What's wrong with me? My God, he's right there. I see him hanging out there. Anyway, I used his arms. Those are actually her arms from the down to the elbow, and then I just plugged his arms in there, and they fit perfectly if you heat things up right. I painted the body this like red color, and it's weird because like in Battlefront they show him more of like an orangey color, and then in the movie in Return of the Jedi, which is this is what this is based off of, he's more of a red. So I went with the red, and I think it looks a lot better than an orangey color. And then I used Han Solo's vest, which a lot of people have used, like Princess Leia's vest. I know the resolution is probably not very, very good right now, but I'm going to do an entire video once I get the head, and it's going to look great. This pistol that he's actually using is actually kind of accurate to what 9-nub would use, and it's actually a 3D printed pistol that I got like a long time ago. And I don't know if you can even see the detail in there. I apologize for the resolution, but it is what it is. I'm streaming at 720p because I refuse to pay Streamlabs any money, or StreamYard any money. And then I used Han Solo's belt also for the drop down. And it actually worked out really well because I wanted a Han Solo that was just outside of Carbonite, which is perfect because he didn't have his belt on him and he didn't have his vest. So literally I just got an extra one of these guys, and this will be my Han Solo just outside of Carbonite in the beginning of Return of the Jedi, and there's 9-nub. So it's like perfect. But 9-nub head is on the way from a customizer, and he does really good work. Syndicate Customs. You can follow him on Instagram. He does really good work. He's got a really bunch of cool kits that you can buy unpainted or painted, or just the heads or the full kits. So he's a really cool dude too. Definitely check him out. Like I said, on Instagram, it's Syndicate Customs. Let me just confirm that name because I don't want to give you the wrong name. Damn it. Let's go over here. We'll go to, it's Syndicate Customs Creations. Syndicate _customs _creations on Instagram. So check him out. I think he just popped up a Jango Fett kit. He's got a bunch of them. There's a Chimere kit, which is actually uses the kit actually goes right over this body, the Heir to the Empire Luke body, which works really well, so you don't have to do much painting. And then he's got a whole bunch of kits, like friggin' I want to get from him the Jason Solo head sculpt because I already have a Jason Solo custom to go with my Jaina Solo, but he's got a great shop and everything's linked in his Instagram page. So be sure to check him out. I just want to give him a quick plug because he seems like a nice guy, and he does good work. A lot of his files are also used from Landspeeder Luke. So be sure to give Landspeeder Luke a check out. He does a lot of 3D printing design and stuff like that. And that stuff is way beyond me as far as that goes. Maybe it's not the most difficult thing to figure out, but anyway, I'm babbling. But there are a couple books. I actually picked up this book specifically recently. I showed you guys the Thrawn trilogy, if it's still here, up here, because I have been reading it, so I might have brought it downstairs, but I like to read on the couch. Nope, it's right here. So, well, knock this stuff over. I also found a bunch of play sets, old play sets that I had that are the Death Star play sets that I got from, I can't think of that company. I think it's like 3D the Halls, like Star Wars Halls or whatever. But anyway, the first book I got, and this was actually a few days ago, and I'm pretty pumped about it. I can't wait to start reading it. I'm getting a little backlogged with a lot of stuff I'm reading. I'm actually reading 2 books at a time. But the first one is this one, the Star Wars Legends Timeline, the complete timeline. Well, it's not 100% complete. There's a couple things that are missing, but it gives you an entire definitive timeline as to how to read things in order if you want to, or what is available. And I'm a big EU guy. Like, I've been reading EU books since 92. So this is actually very helpful for a lot of stuff that is either in storage, like single comics that I have, which I have a ton of single comics that are just in storage. But to get the trades, all that stuff is here. It's a great book. It was just released. It was $20. You can get it on Amazon. It's real thick. Like, I mean, there's 600 and something pages, 635 pages or something like that. And it, like I said, if you're looking for some sort of, a timeline book, or if you're looking for a reference guide, this is the one to go with if you're looking for something like that. So this is pretty cool. And then here's I'll just show the Thrawn trilogy. This was just released also about a week ago. And it was $40 it ran me, which is not bad because it literally has all of the comic books in one book. Be sure to check out this also on Amazon. Not sponsored by anybody, just kind of giving the heads up for really great books to read. And the Thrawn trilogy is one of my absolute favorites to read. I actually have all of the whole comic lineup for the Thrawn trilogy, but it's good to just grab a trade and just be able to read that instead of having to pull the thing out of the the plastic and have to read that. I guess a couple more books to look out for. This I've had for a very long time. Oh my God, how long have I even had this? So it was originally $24. If it was released now, it'd probably be like 30 or 40. I'm gonna look for a date on it. 2010. This was released. It's the omnibus for Shadows of the Empire. Let me back my friggin' lighting off. My God, I'm like blinding you guys. I got to figure out my lighting. I think I'm gonna get some new lighting for my reviews. Like some of my reviews are like entirely too bright, and I gotta fix that. But anyway, Shadows of the Empire omnibus. Check this out. Shadows of the Empire is like one of my favorite stories out of Star Wars. I know some people don't like it, but I even like the evolutions part to it, and that has all of this in one book. So be sure to check this out too if you're into that. And then the last one, and I've had this for a very long time, and this is old. This is Dark Horse. This was $16 originally, and it's the entire collection for the Dark Empire, which I'm hoping they're gonna, they've already dabbled in Heir of the Empire, and maybe they'll go to Dark Empire next, which would be really cool to get some figures from Dark Empire. So I'm hoping for that. So the with the recent release more consistently over the years of more and more Black Series figures coming out from the EU, it's really re-sparked my interest more and more. I today just uploaded my Last Command box set. So if you guys want to check that out, you can during or after the stream, whenever you want to do. or if you if you already checked it out, thank you. But yeah, so I also have a figure that came in the mail. So let's do that because I don't want to waste your time with me just babbling. And like I said, I did some more. I'm doing some more customizing, so I picked up some Apple Barrel Black. That was cheap. It was like $2. And then I also got, because I'm missing her out of the Inquisitors, the fourth sister. So I'm going to open this right now and take a look at her, and we'll take a look at her together. So, Figure Forever, what's going on? Or Figure Fever, I'm sorry. What's going on, bud? Hello, welcome to the stream. And I haven't gotten to the SDCC stuff if you're just tuning in yet. And I almost just cut myself because I'm not paying attention. But we're going to get into it in just a little bit. I'm just going to open up this figure. We'll talk about the figure for a second, and then we'll go into the San Diego Comic-Con stuff. All right, we got, this is still plastic-free packaging era. This is a figure I kind of held off getting. And I don't know why. This is one of those figures. Hey, Andy, what's going on, buddy? Hello. This is one of those figures I actually thought I bought, but it was just around the time where I kind of took a break from the Black Series for a little bit. I think I had Black Series fatigue for a little bit, but I'm back on it. And I'm picking up the figures that I really do want. So, but yeah, the figure looks pretty good already. I really thought I had her already, but I guess not. She's actually currently, I think, on sale on Amazon for under $20. I think she's like 19 or change or something like that. All right, let me get her other stuff out of here. All right, so glad the plastic-free packaging is going away, man. I'm telling you. Andy, did you, or anybody who's in the chat, did you guys happen to watch SummerSlam yesterday? I still have to watch it. I ended up having to work late, literally while the show was going on, so I could not watch it, unfortunately. I had to close last night, and then I had to open this morning. A clopin, if you will. So she only comes with her lightsaber. The very Inquisitor lightsaber that we're pretty much used to at this stage. Nothing any difference. That's the one thing I think I don't like about the Inquisitors is that there's really no, even a Sith's lightsaber hilt is unique, but they're all kind of the same with the Inquisitors. It's kind of, a little bit. And then on top of that, you have nowhere to plug because usually they hold their hilt, I guess, if you want to call it that. It's not really a hilt, on their back. And there's never a place to plug those in on their back, which is really weird. But here is the figure. And like I said, I'm sorry for the resolution if it's Garbo. There we go. That's actually not too bad. But the face sculpt looks really good. And if you guys watch Tales of the Empire, she's heavily featured in an episode. But the sculpting on her looks really good. I might do a review on her and all the other Inquisitors. But they just keep pumping out Inquisitors. It's pretty cool. There's like 7 of them now, or 10, I think. But there we go. We'll get her with her stuff on. I'm hoping that we get a Barriss Offee now to go with her, because if you watch the episode, that's essentially what it was about. It was about kind of her and Barriss. She was kind of hunting down Barriss after, them kind of being or working together as Inquisitors. Sorry. If you guys hear my dogs, I'm sorry. That's a good deal. I believe others have been finding it. Let me get the comments up here because I'm not showing them. But Figure Fever says, I believe others have been finding the Grand Inquisitor and Riva at Ollie's. Yeah. So at Ollie's, there's like been a ton of stuff, at least at mine. And I'm glad you brought this up, Figure Fever, because they recently had like a ton of Mandalorians in stock at mine, at least. And then they had a bunch of Obi-Wans and bunch of figures from Andor as well. So that was pretty cool, I think, that we're actually getting some figures, some different, because for the longest time, I feel like from all the way from December of last year to like maybe a month ago, we were only getting like Landos and I love Lando. He's like one of my favorite Star Wars characters. But like, you know, it was kind of the same like archive figures. Like there was Dengar still sitting there, and Lando and his skiff guard disguise still sitting there. There's a whole bunch of figures that were just kind of hanging around, you know, that we had been used to seeing and kind of sick of seeing at this point. But yeah, so that's pretty cool that we're actually getting some different characters and stuff like that. That's good. 1 second, I just got to check and make sure that we are okay here. Okay, we should be good there. All right, we're good. Okay, so now that's out of the way, we've got the customs out of the way, we got the figure out of the way, and now let's move on to some San Diego Comic-Con reveals and talk about that. So I'll switch to the share of the screen. Let's see here. And I'll allow that. There we go. So you should see me in the corner. Yep, there we go. Okay. So I brought a Big Bad Toy Store, but here is Toy Arc. I was trying to find, actually, I'm going to talk about the G.I. Joe stuff first. And then we'll go into Star Wars and Marvel Legends and all the others. NECA. We're going to do it all here, folks. But good golly, Miss Molly. Let's talk about the Rattler first, because I feel like that's the thing that most people really want to talk about at this point. I think it's pretty cool. I like it. I don't know if it's for me. I'm going to be honest with you. If you guys can see what's behind me, you can't see my whole room. Like there is no space in this room for what I own. More than, I want to say 70% of my stuff is in storage. What you see here is probably the stuff that's the most meaningful to me that's out for display. I would like to do a collection room tour one day, and I think that would be a lot of fun because I haven't done one in so long. But everything that's out here is the most meaningful to me, I think. Here's all my Star Wars stuff is in this like center piece. You can literally walk a circle in my room. Over here is Transformers. Over there is Marvel Legends. Over there is Mythic Legions. Some Cosmic Legions over here because that line just started. Power Rangers, Motu, DC, more Star Wars up there. I moved my DC stuff off there and put more Star Wars because I was running out of room. And we've got more Marvel Legends over here. We've got the HasLab Galactus. There's Turtles down there. There's friggin' wrestling underneath the DC stuff that you can't see. It's blocked. I have a couple Hot Toys that are out, and that's the Mandalorian that came with Grogu, and then the 2-pack with Boba Fett from the Mandalorian which was him in his, I want to say his like robe, and then the other version which is my favorite, the Tython look for him. I know the feeling regarding no space. Yeah, man, it sucks. It really sucks. Like before I moved in with my girlfriend, I owned my own. I owned a house, like, and I lived. You know, after my divorce, I lived by myself. And it was just me and my dog, and I had 4 rooms worth of toys. And I was like, okay, this will be fine. And I actually had another room. I had a bonus space that had toys in it. I had a media room that I called it with some toys in it, not a lot. And then I had another room that had my collection in it that was mostly Star Wars. Because I've been collecting Star Wars for over, almost 30 years. But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff and there's no room and it sucks. So anyway, I just went on a complete rant about absolutely nothing of what I'm talking about, but that's the life of ADHD. The Rattler, really cool item. Like I said, I also passed on the Dragonfly. I think I might actually get a Dragonfly. I'm going to try and figure out something to find room for the damn Dragonfly, but I think I'm going to get one. That's going to be my splurge for the year, and I'm going to get a Dragonfly because I also want that Crazy Legs, and I pretty much want all the figures, except for Glenda. I don't really care about that figure too much. She pretty much died after, what was it, one issue, her like debut issue, and she ended up dying. So that's the only figure I think I don't care about. Maybe I'll sell it. But this, I don't know. $324. Yeah, that's a okay price. If it was maybe $300 shipped, I'd be a little bit happier about it. I'm not complaining whatsoever about it. It's just, I don't know, not within my wheelhouse of what I want to spend. I have other stuff that I collect, so it's not like if I only collect G.I. Joe classifieds, this would be on the list. I would have already been a backer probably, but now no, I collect too much other stuff. So and I've actually dwindled what I've been collecting. So and there's other things in life besides just toy collecting. I want to do stuff with the family and, stuff like that. So, but anyway, the Rattler backed in less than a day, like fully backed, which doesn't really surprise me, but it's just, I guess, something to note. With 36 days still left, they already have 12,672 backers. And they've already reached, the first tier within like 24 hours of the thing going up, which is awesome. And that usually does happen with most HasLabs, I feel like. It backs or like fully funds, and then you'll get a tier right away, and then there's a dip for a little bit. And then when it gets closer to, the last day or two, then you get like another like 10,000 backers or whatever, 5,000 backers. I'm sure this will unlock all the tiers. I think there's a couple points of contention when it comes to some of the tiers that were available. I think this is one of the weaker HasLab tiers compared to the Dragonfly and the His Tank. Let's hit Discover, which is just weird to put as a link to go into the HasLab itself. Discover. Oh, you're so bougie, Hasbro. But here we go. Let's see what we got here. We've got patches for the first tier. I think that's the biggest joke for a tier. It's probably the worst tier other than cardboard and bones for the Rancor. And I really wanted that Rancor. And I think it's really stupid that the Black Series won't just release it and pull a Marvel Legends, because now Marvel Legends has finally jumped on board with saying, hey, you know what? No more HasLabs. This is what we're going to do. We're going to put a thing up for pre-order. We're going to make it to order. And if you buy it, you buy it. If you don't, you don't. You don't have to buy it. And you're not held ransom by other people. So if other people don't back it, they don't have control over if something gets made or not. That should have been the thing all along for bigger items that are probably not going to hit retail, because retail wants a specific number amount and a specific price amount for each store. So stuff like this, I think it does make sense. In the beginnings of HasLab, I was really bucking it, and I was like, nah, no, this just seems wrong. But I get it now. Like, I understand after getting a HasLab like Galactus and how big he is. Like, there's no way that's going on a retail shelf. It's just not. I mean, we barely get figures on the shelf to begin with. That's just the way things are now. Unfortunately, it sucks, but toys aren't selling like they were during COVID. They're not. It's not happening. I have seen online retail stores, declare bankruptcy and go out of business. Dorkside went out of business. Well, that was kind of their own thing, but I've seen other smaller ones go out of business, and it sucks for them because, figures aren't selling the way everyone thinks they are. But anyway, comes with Wild Weasel. Initially, you get all this stuff. It's a lot of stuff. You get a lot of missiles, and you're getting a lot of effects. You get a stand for it. It's a large vehicle. I don't know if a lot of people that are maybe don't know how big this thing is going to be as far as the wingspan and stuff like that. Like, you're going to have like a full... Don't worry, I didn't glitch. I just, waiting for my Great Pyrenees to... He likes to bark. That's what Pyrenees do. If anybody knows anything about Great Pyrenees, they just bark at everything. But there's a ton of stuff here. He comes with a unmasked head, which I thought he was a redhead originally, Wild Weasel. I'm not sure why he's brunette. Maybe they'll change that. Who knows? But he comes with a few things. I think a helmet. I'm going to have to take a look here instead of just guessing here. Let's see. A limit of 5 per customer. Oh my God. Who's buying 5 of those? Let's keep going down here. So let's see. I just want to see what Wild Weasel. So yeah, he comes with a helmeted head. He should come with his original helmeted head as well. Oh, the wings do fold up like a VTOL, which is nice. And they should rotate as well. So the length is over 33 inches. The height is 9 inches, over 9 inches. So taller than a McFarlane figure. I think it's just going to be just as tall as Dragon Man then, if it's over 9 inches, almost 10 inches tall. And then the width is 32 inches. Wow. That is a big, huge vehicle. You can fold the wings in, and that saves you some space. If you want to put it on a shelf, you can. And he says they should have just say they are Hasbro Pulse only, and they are for pre-order. Yeah, I totally agree with that, and I think that's what Marvel Legends their team kind of realized. They're like, okay, well, our Giant Man barely backed, and not a lot of tiers unlocked. Let's just offer them something and see how well that goes, and see if people respond to it. I think that's a real big trial run. Woodman, what's going on, buddy? Welcome. Enjoy the stream, buddy. Come hang out. So this will save you some space. You will lose some space actually in the height, because once you put the wings up, clearly it goes from 9 inches, over 9 inches tall, to over 13 inches tall, and that's just because the wings move up. But so pretty cool there. I mean, you're saving yourself some space in width, but losing it in height. Interior lights go on. Just like in my review for the HISS tank, I showed kind of all of that, which is pretty cool. So here's what Wild Weasel comes with. It comes with 2 helmets, which is pretty cool, I think. It comes with a pistol, and then I think 2 other attachments. I can't tell what those are. But the interior looks really good. I think Wild Weasel looks pretty good. I can't tell if he's like, in one picture he looks brunette, and then the other picture he looks blonde, and he's supposed to be a redhead. So that's a little weird, but I like the. I'm surprised they didn't give him his original helmet. They gave him this kind of like actual pilot helmet as opposed to his kind of, I don't know, sci-fi looking kind of helmet. He comes with a ton of missiles. He should have that front mounted gun like the original. And then we do have the turret cockpit as well. So you can put the gunner in there if he becomes unlocked, which I just think if you're going to offer somebody a turret section, you got to just offer the gunner as the first tier. And this is my point of contention here. I'm going to start talking about it in a second, but patches. Why in the hell would you ever think that anyone wants flight patches as a tier? You want to throw them in as a little extra thing? Cute, great, fantastic. But as a tier, that sucks. I'm sorry. On every single level, and I'm not going to apologize for it, it blows. It's a terrible idea. Whoever came up with that idea is I don't know, half dead, brain dead. Not a fan of it. I think you should be offering the Air Viper in this set. Definitely the Air Viper within this set. A gunner, right off the bat, I think is tier 1, the Air Viper tier 2, and then, who knows after that? I mean, you could throw somebody crazy in that maybe you have no intentions on making, like Guillotine as a third tier. Somebody that's a part of like Devil's Due comics that probably maybe won't touch. Although they did do Shadow Tracker. So maybe they have plans to do him down the road. I don't know. Yeah, I agree, Andy. It's pretty silly. With all the Woodman says, with all the success, excuse me, I can't talk. Classifieds, patches are an insult, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. I guess that we're trying to do something different regarding the patches. And yeah, I mean, I get that, Figure Fever, and that's fine. And sometimes, when you try something new, it either succeeds or fails. And I just don't think it was well received across the board with anybody. When in the Dragonfly offered much better tiers, 3 figures that everyone wanted, there's, I don't know. And the patches are nice. Like I said, just throw them in there and then offer 3 figures too. I mean, and getting to some of these tiers, I think it's like 18 or 19,000 backers they want. That's a lot of backers. Now, granted, the turret gunner does come with, is that an extra head? Yeah, I believe that's an extra head. So I mean, if you buy multiples of this, which I would never, but you get an extra head, you can troop build him. Comes with 2 pistols and a submachine gun. And he's unlocked after 14. I think the third tier, which is Baroness, like that, I think that's the other point of contention for me, is like, oh my God, we got another Baroness. Like, don't we have like 3 releases of her already? Like, we don't need more Baronesses. Like, you want to do that in the main line, great, go do that, but don't do this in the HasLab. Yeah, 18,000 backers for Baroness. I think that's another reason why I was really kind of more or less kind of felt like the tears were a fart in the wind with the patches and then a Baroness. I'm just like, oh, this again. So, and I'm not trying to diss it. It's still a nice offering. It's just not for me. She comes with a sniper rifle and she comes with 2 Glocks, I believe, with extended mags. And then she comes with 2 different hair pieces, a helmet, and a headset. So it's pretty cool. I mean, these are, I'm assuming, new sculpts. I see double jointed elbows and double jointed knees on her. So that's good. Just not really my cup of tea. And on top of that, you know what? I always lean more towards the Joes as opposed to Cobra. I feel like if I get a bunch of army builders for Cobra and there's specific characters I like Shadow Tracker, Guillotine, but maybe those are a little bit less well known by collectors that are collecting this line now. That a lot of the Devils do run, like Crake. I would love a Crake figure. Well, I guarantee they'll never make that, but or I at least doubt that they wouldn't make that. But I think this is a nice offering. I think the price isn't too bad. I don't know what more. Maybe the display stand made them go overpriced. Maybe it's. I feel like this should have been priced around the his tank, like 300 with your patches tier and the tiers the way they are. I feel like maybe makes a little bit more sense for me. Maybe I would have actually done it, but I think I'll pass on this one, and I'll be all right passing on it. I was never really too big a fan of the Rattler to begin with. Like, I have a Rattler from the 25th anniversary, just because my original from the 80s just, things happened, the Great Flood happened, and all my stuff was gone. So, but, well, at least the majority of my stuff. I still have stuff from when I was younger, but cool offering, to say the least. I like it. So let's move on to now some other stuff, because I did want to talk about that. I don't think that they revealed any pipeline stuff. I don't think they did. I'm trying to think. I know Doc is starting to pop up places. I already got Jinx, and I showed that off in that live stream, and I'll be giving her away at my 5K giveaway video. So stay tuned for that. But there's some newer figures that are popping up, which is pretty cool. I'm really excited for Doc. Can't wait for that. But switching gears a little bit, and if let me know in the comments also if they did reveal any characters, because I didn't see anything on Toy Arc before I started the stream for G.I. Joe other than their reveal of the Rattler. And I think that was pretty much the majority of their big release. Excuse me. Whew. I already worked today, so I am tired. But I'm here having fun with you guys. So let's switch gears, like I said. And we'll do some Black Series next. And I want to talk about this specifically because this is a very meaningful figure to me. I own the 12-inch version of this throwback figure. I like the original episode 1 packaging, and that's what this is based off of, that old 12-inch figure from the 90s, late 90s. And yeah, I still have it. I actually use that Bloodfin, his Sith speeder, for my Hot Toys Darth Maul. And it's unfortunate I can't display it right now, but I do own one and I still have it. And I actually use one of the blades as my pointer if you watched my older videos. But anyway, this is a cool figure. I really want it. I just want one, I think. He does differentiate from the 3-pack that's supposed to come out from GameStop. Excuse me. My God. That's a GameStop exclusive that comes with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. Now it does, I think he's going to have a single carded release as well. So they're going to release this thing 3 times, and there's going to be 3 different variations, or at least 2 that I know of. There's going to be this one with the cloth goods robe on him so he can sit in his blood fin the way he's supposed to. Maybe not how he's shown in the packaging because it's weird how he's sitting on it, but you'll be able to get him seated on it well. He also comes with his assassin probe droid, and then he also comes with his binoculars and his double-bladed lightsabers. So it does come with a stand, so you can have him. It's like a clear stand on the bottom. This is a really nice set, I think. It's $60. He does come with his actually accurate robe now. It's not that crappy plastic one that we got in the beginning of the orange line, which I think was okay for the time, but now it's like not aged well. So this is a good update, and I really do want this thing badly. I think it actually is supposed to go on sale in the next couple days on Hasbro Pulse. So we'll see what happens there with it. I am pretty excited for this. This is a big one for me. I actually also have, this is also kind of a throwback to the 3 3/4 inch set that came with his Bloodfin, Darth Maul, and the droid, the assassin droid too. And it actually came with a very similar stand for the droid, which is pretty cool. So looks really good. Very pleased with it. I wouldn't be surprised if they re-release this because a lot of probably time and money and funding went into this Bloodfin. But I think it looks really good, man. I'm pretty pleased with it. And I hope everybody can get one. I really do. So there's a Bloodfin. I just want to talk about it for a little bit. Nice offering for San Diego Comic-Con. Kind of wish it was just like a Amazon exclusive, something a little bit easier to get. You know, like it's like the Black Series always sells malls very well. We all know that. Oh, you have the 3 3/4 inch one, Andy. Nice. Yeah. I have it too. I have that set too. It's really good. It's actually a very good set. Let's see. Well, we're already talking about Black Series. I might as well continue to talk about the damn thing. So let's scroll it on up and we'll talk about it. And I do want to talk about some NECA stuff and a whole bunch of other stuff. There's a lot to talk about. Oh, the trick or treat. Oh, I really want to. I just want to sidetrack for a second because I want to see if they announced any more of the Toxic Crusaders stuff. And I don't know if they have because I've been so busy at work. I've been working anywhere from 8 to 12-hour days. Closer to 10 to 12-hour days. So this is Trick or Treat Studios. Some of the stuff looks really good. Here's some of the offerings. I don't know if they did announce or are going to show off any of the other stuff. She fell over. But that's actually from oh my God, what's wrong with me? I love that movie. They even made the friggin' Rastafarian these are 5 points of articulation figures. Or these are kind of statues, kind of, yeah. From What the hell's the name of that movie? My God, I can't think of anything today. I must be tired. It's been a long week. They got me working 6 days in a row too, so it's. Um. Let's see here. All right, let's see. True Romance. God, I don't know why I couldn't think of that. I couldn't even think of Christian Slater's friggin' name for a second there. Oh, God, I think I'm starting to lose at my old age. Yeah, True Romance figures. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. That's a good movie. I mean, I don't know why a lot of people. I guess it didn't like do well in the theaters at all. And then we've got the Leatherface. I'm a sucker for horror, especially crappy horror, and I love it. Not saying that Texas Chainsaw Massacre crappy horror. I think it's some of the best, but at least the original. And then it got a little goofy after that. But especially the new generation, that one's hilarious. But some good stuff here. I mean, these are 5 points of articulation figures. Not really my cup of tea, but I think the sculpts look really good. Some more stuff. Meekle Myers, Terrifier. And then we've got a ton of actual, like, furry gremlins. That's pretty cool. This is the original batch from the first Gremlins. Those look really good. Like, really, really good. Oh, there's Spike. And I can't remember his name. Doofus or something. This one looks like the Doofus, though. Pretty cool. Kind of looks like my dog. Their ears. Like Gizmo's ears. I have a Great Dane. He looks like a friggin' a freed elf from Harry Potter. The way his ears stick out like a doofus. But all right, so let's go. Well, we're gonna hit everything. I just wanted to sidetrack there because I wanted to see if they showed any more Toxic Crusader stuff, but I guess not. So here's the panel images. So I want to go to this really quick with the Black Series, and just we'll chat about that for a little bit. Some stuff I'm excited for, some stuff I'm really excited for, like super excited for, and then other stuff I'm like, meh. Like, let's start off with this one. What is this? IG-12. It's like the modded IG-11 that died. It's kind of symbolic for Disney Star Wars. It's like IG-11's dead corpse is the original Star Wars, and then they like gutted it and like brought it back to life. And this is Disney Star Wars. Like, in a nutshell, this kind of like symbolizes that. You've got like Disney Star Wars like just running around with the rotted dead corpse that's just a soulless corpse of what Star Wars used to be. And you've got it, and it's perfect because he goes, yes, you must like my content. Yes. That's what it is. It's exactly what it is. So this is a pass for me. The potential there, I think, is really good if you get rid of that middle torso piece and you get the regular IG body, like IG-11. We can get a new IG-11 out of this. We can get a new IG-88, which is probably my most anticipated figure because the original IG-88 was an IG-11 were the shits, the drizzling shits. But this, it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't. I was never like, yeah, I can't wait for that IG-12 body with Grogu and a couple Babu Fricks, whatever I don't know the name of their race, but there's that. So some other reveals. The Acolyte. I think the Acolyte is one of those guilty pleasures, and I actually have a guilty pleasure video that I just shot, and I'm talking about sequel trilogy figures that I'm going to put up there, and let's see how bad that video does. But they are, I can't help it. The figures from some of the sequel trilogy, the figures are pretty good. The content sucks. But same thing with the Acolyte. The figures are, I think, are good figures. I like the concepts and the designs for the characters. It's just the show is the steaming pile of you know what. So dog vomit, there we go. Dog vomit. So they announced Varestra and Basil. I think it's Basil. Some people say Basil, but it sounds like his name would be Basil. And then Andor, which I'm really excited for Andor season 2. That's, I think, pretty sad that's the only thing I'm looking forward to in Star Wars. But Cassian Andor was with his new season 2 attire, and then Deidre from, I think, her season 1 attire. I don't know. Maybe it's maybe it's updated. I don't know. But then there was Ahsoka. Grand Admiral Thrawn was revealed in his live action attire, and then we've got a brand new, all new sculpted Ahsoka Tano. I am so Ahsoka'd out from the Clone Wars stuff, from the Rebels release, from the show, her getting released like 4 times. I think I'm going to pass on this. I'll get the Thrawn because I think the Thrawn looks really good, but I'm going to pass on that Ahsoka. I'm definitely getting the Andor stuff. I'll wait for discount on Basil and Varestra, and she doesn't come with her lightsaber whip, which is why even bother then? I don't know what you're doing there. You literally could have just sculpted a purple clear plastic, like waves, just sculpt it with waves in it, and let I don't know why you would give us a straight lightsaber with her out of anybody. She has a lightsaber whip. What? It's like, what? Anyway, the Mandalorian, pretty cool stuff. Like I said, I already talked about IG-12, not getting it. Anzelians, that's what they're called. Babu Frick's. It comes with 2 Anzelians. Sorry. The Imperial Armored Commando from season 3 of The Mandalorian, when they're using the Beskar armor or something similar to the same grade as pure Beskar. That's coming out, and then they pipelined. What was it? Moff Gideon, and then the Praetorian from Mandalorian season 3 as well. Vintage collection stuff. I don't collect the vintage collection. I only collect Black Series. I've been collecting Black Series since the beginning of the line. So vintage collection was essentially ending or close to ending. I think it ended at like 2015, maybe something around there, 2014. But it was close to ending by the time the Black Series was picking up and starting. So I never really collected a lot of the vintage collection stuff, but so there are reveals for that. There was Cobb Vanth, a Blurg, and the Mandalorian, Armored Forge, Jedi Survivor, Jetpack Trooper, and then there's. So let's talk about the pipeline stuff because I feel like I'm getting long-winded here. These are some really good reveals. You got Kilnaka from the Acolyte. I know, regardless of whether you like the show, everyone knows you wanted a Wookiee Jedi. Everyone wants that. I still want that Wookiee Jedi from the Clone Wars episode where they've got like the kids and they're going to to get their lightsaber crystals, and they have to pass their tests, each one of them, and then construct their lightsaber. I think it might have been a 2-part episode. I can't remember. But that's actually one of my favorite episodes, is learning all that lore and stuff like that. Get the frig out of here, McAfee. But I'm probably going to get that kill knock. I'm not going to BS you. Figure Fever says, wonder if she or SHF, SH Figure Arts or Mafex will release some of the characters from the Acolyte. I honestly don't know. If I had to guess, I would probably say yes. I don't think they'll do OSHA though, or May. I think that would be kind of a waste. I feel like maybe Soul would be a good release for them. Probably Kilnaka would sell. But who knows? I mean, it's Figure Arts. They just pick things randomly sometimes, and they're just like, here you go. Here's a Clone Wars Yoda out of nowhere. Here's a friggin' Dooku out of nowhere. Here's a Anakin. Here's a Luke. Here's another Luke. You know, they just throw things out there, and it's like, huh? You know? There's no... I feel like themes between their releases. But who knows? I mean, I don't collect too many Figure Arts. I mean, I have some. Because I'm a big Luke Skywalker fan. I have both versions of the Figure Arts. Well, not both. I have Jedi Luke. I have I have Farm Boy Luke from SHF. I have Jedi Luke from SHF. Crate Luke and Last Jedi, because I like the designs. Not the movie, but the designs are cool. So I got both of those. And both of those were like $40. Those were cheap. I got those a long time ago, but I don't know if they still go for $40 now. But I think the only one that they haven't done, which I would love them to do, is friggin' Empire Strikes Back flight suit Luke. They should totally do that, and I would buy the shit out of that. That's actually the last hot toy I bought was Empire Luke. I love that figure. I did a review on it. You should check it out. Go for it. Mandalorian. So anyway, back to what the hell I was talking about. We've got all over the place today. I should have taken some Adderall so I could focus. Anyway, we've got Moff Gideon in his armored gear, and then we've got the Praetorian, and then we've got Ahsoka Anakin, which I know what they're going to do with this. I don't know if they're going to do a new body. They're probably going to re-release that Clone Wars armored body from, what was it? I think it was a Walmart exclusive with a new head. They'll probably do a Hayden head on there with an old body. That's what I would guess. They're going to do a Phase 1 Commander Rex, or Captain Rex, not Commander. Captain Rex. That one I'll probably scoop up because it would be nice to be able to put him with my Phase 1 clones. So that would be pretty cool. So I'll definitely pick him up. I'll pick up Kilnaka. I'll pick up both the Praetorian, and I'm probably going to pick up all of these. All of these speak to me in some way, form, or fashion. The big ones, I think, are the last three. So I wonder if there's another. Hold on. And I'm going to get to all the photos and everything. Oh, they didn't actually put it on here. That's weird. They just put pipeline. But I think the biggest one for me, like, it's great that we're getting him. It's great that we're getting him. And they're probably going to reuse him for a future release of that Star Wars Outlaws game, because I think Assassin Droid is also supposed to be a part of, or there is a character based off of that. So, but the big one for me is Shizor. That's probably the lowest on a lot of people's totem pole, as far as like, oh, they're releasing, like I've seen younger collectors that are just getting into the line. They're like, so like the villain from Shadows, like why? And I've seen a lot of people say that, or they don't even know who the hell he is. So I'm like, well, I mean, if you're, maybe you should do a little bit of reading. Maybe you should grab this book and read it, and then you'll know who the hell Prince Shizor is. But I also grew up reading a lot of the EU stuff, so yeah, it's a generational thing maybe, and it's not a knock against anybody who doesn't know about that character, but before you knock it, try it. So I that's the most anticipated for me is Shizor out of any of these in here. Because I know what that means to the line. I know once we get Shizor, we're getting Dash. We might get Lebo. Maybe this opens up the door for a Talon card. I know he has nothing to do with Shadows of the Empire, but Dark Forces, come on. That's what I was talking about earlier. I was alluding to Dark Empire as well. I mean, if they're willing to do Shadows and they're starting to play with that area, maybe a new IG-88 because he was featured in a 2-pack against Boba Fett. Maybe we get a re-release of Boba Fett for people that missed out on him. That nice deluxe Boba Fett. Put him in a card with friggin' IG-88, or we get an all new Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett, which I wouldn't mind getting one of those with better articulation and better range of motion. You could recreate Shizor versus Vader 2-pack. You could do that in that nice purple packaging that everyone loves, and it looks great, by the way. They already did that with the Power of the Force, and this essentially was a subline from Power of the Force, same packaging, same just purple, and it was great packaging. Those figures have, maybe not aged well to some, but the people that grew up loving them, I think the packaging has aged very well. So I don't know. I love Shadows, so that was a big deal. And I posted the leak, I think, a few days before San Diego Comic-Con kicked in. But they also announced a Black Series Force Effects Elite lightsaber from Balin Skull, so that's cool. And to speak on this, and I wanted to point this out, and I'm glad I just remembered to point this out. They've done so many lightsabers for the Black Series. Why not do, where's Han Solo's blaster? Where's the DL-44? Why can't we do that? You've done all these lightsabers, but you haven't done one of the most simple ones that I would probably pick it up. Because I said that weird. I said it like Forrest Gump. I would pick it up, Jenny. But where is, at least do Han's blaster, do a E11 blaster, no, Hasbro can't use the excuse that, well, we don't want to do guns because that would just, someone trying to rob a bank with a Force Effects gun, those guns don't look anything like a real gun, so just stop it. That argument wouldn't work whatsoever. So I feel like to have the DL-44 is an iconic pistol. Everyone knows it. And you could do variations like Luke's, which is pretty much almost the same thing. Or you could do, like I said, the E11 blaster. You could do the A280, which is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, blaster rifle out of the rifles from Star Wars. I would love that. So that was just my little thought process on where we're getting all these lightsabers, but We got nothing else, no blasters at all. So kind of sucks. So go ahead and do that, Hasbro. Get on it. You don't need to put orange tips on it. It's ridiculous. Anyway, here are the I guess another showing of the reveals and such for the vintage collection. You've got all of these, which I'm not really going to touch on too much just because I don't collect the vintage collection. So Bale and Skull, you're getting both of them. There's Varestra from the Acolyte. I think the figure looks solid. The cloth goods mixed with the plastics always is amazing to do. Always do that. Never stop doing that. If there's a Jedi and they have a robe, always offer a cloth goods robe. Never, ever, 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 one more ever do a plastic robe. They suck. They throw off the balance of the figure. No, don't do that. But the lightsaber whip, like, why did you do this? Like, customizers are going to eat well because a lot of customizers are going to be making a whip that Hasbro simply could have just done and they just didn't. So, wasted opportunity there. There she is again, and there she is again. I don't care about packaging, really. Here's Basil. Like I said, I'm gonna probably wait for these, especially him in particular. It's great that we get smaller characters, but spending $25 on these smaller characters, I can't justify it. Like every small character I have waited for a sale. I got Anakin at $19. I got all of my Ewoks at under $19. Never paid full price for any of them. I can't. It's less plastic you're offering me. Saying it's an all new sculpt is great. They should all be all new sculpts. I get some reuse here and there with like Luke Skywalkers and stuff like that, but when it's a brand new character, you should not be reusing parts. It just should not be happening. So that I don't think argument holds water. Basil will definitely go on sale. Yeah, I hope so. I'm going to wait. So I'm going to wait on it. Same thing with Forestra. I don't think she's going to sell well. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm going to wait. Cassian Andor, I'm definitely picking this up day one. I really like the look of this figure. I like that it's kind of that time just before Rogue One, and further, it's definitely closer just by the haircut, the facial, the beards, or the beard. I can't talk. The beard and the facial hair. My God. The vest that he's wearing, kind of the vest jacket. It just looks like just before Rogue One or leading up into it. So I think this is a nice step forward. And I'm really looking forward to season 2. I love that kind of Jack Ryan, spy type. I love those spy type shows and movies. I love that stuff. It's great to watch. It's fun how people can manipulate situations and, get caught in specific situations and work their way out. I just love stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. And anyway, I'm definitely getting this. And then Deidre, I'm definitely picking her up. I think this is actually only the second, technically the first actual female Imperial that we've got in figure form. Technically the second because we got Tala. But she wasn't actually an Imperial. That was a disguise. So, but simple figure, Imperial body. She comes with a tablet, data tablet, and a blaster. So simple, easy, makes sense. Sure, And then more vintage collection stuff. There's Thrawn. More vintage. There's Ahsoka. Here's the Black Series Ahsoka. All new body, they said. All new everything. So that's really cool. Yeah, ditto with season 2 of Andor. Yeah, I agree. Figure Fever. It's looking pretty promising, man. I don't know about Skeleton Crew. That could either be really. That could be either really bad or good. I don't know. I don't know about that. I said the same thing when they announced Lando as either a movie or a show, and now I think it's scrapped entirely. I was like, that could either be a really good thing or a bad thing if that comes out. And I love me some Lando. General Lando is my favorite look for Lando. Love me some Lando. Love the character. Don't know if Disney could pull it off, though. But anyway, we've got here's the Imperial Armored Commando looking really good. The helmet, yeah, I've seen other people make the opinion or point that the helmet does look a little bit small. It's not a deal breaker for me. I still am going to get this. This looks really good. All new sculpt for him, no reuse parts. I already pre-ordered them, so I'm definitely getting them. Just come with a jetpack on the back, a rifle, and a pistol. I think he looks great. I have no, and he comes out in fall, which is great. Some of these are coming out in fall. Some of them are coming out next year. Like Verestra, I think, and Basil are coming out next year, and then some of these are like, I guess, already mainline figures that are coming out, like IG-12, and then like probably Moff Gideon and all of them are probably going to be coming out next year, probably mid to late next year, something like that. Here's the Blurg, and I think it looks really good. Just wish it was 6-inch scaled. I'd be a lot more excited if this was a 6-inch vehicle. I guess if you can call that mount. But looks good. I'm happy for the vintage collector. Vintage collectors? What's that? Vintage collectors. Looks really good. The mouth opens. It looks hilarious. I love it. I have spoken. Quill. That's his name. I couldn't think of it earlier. This is really cool too. The Armorer playset looks really good. Comes with a different sculpted Grogu. And she comes with like a tool bench. This is awesome. That is awesome. If I did collect see, now it's like there's certain times where I see a thing like Jabba's sail barge, and I'm like, damn, if I collected that thing or that line, yeah. Looks so good. This looks really cool. This is something that would be right down my alley. I love play sets like this. It's just awesome. There's the Jetpack Trooper. We already got one in the Black Series like years ago. And then we're back to where we started. So that's it for the pipeline stuff. Here's photos of the actual figures themselves. I'll just show those off really quick and then we'll move on. So the figures I think they all look really good. Like Basil looks really good. He actually looks a little bit bigger than I thought. Big Ahsoka, little Ahsoka. There's Jedi Master Jedi Master bad face paint. There's Basil. Every time I say the word Basil, I want to think of Austin Powers. I just can't help it. Oh, and now we're actually seeing some different paint apps here, and I'm actually glad they showed this for Andor, where in the kind of prototype photos, or the promo photos for it, it seemed almost like a plethora of almost one color, like that dark, like grayish black / navy blue almost. I can't really tell. I'm partially colorblind. I have no idea. But I'm seeing some green here now. It really is kind of pulling out a lot of that sculpt a little bit better now that I'm seeing it up close and personal. And the face sculpt looks so much better than even the re-release of the Rogue One Andor, which I think is a really good figure still. But this is nice. Deidre looks really good. I think that's a very good head sculpt if that ends up being the final product. So very good. Good job. I wonder if we'll get Cyril. Will we get Cyril? I don't know. Okay, so the age-old Woodman says, so the age-old question, if they can do Star Wars in both scales, why can't they do G.I. Joe? You don't want them to do that. So here is the issue, Woodman, with that. If you enjoy the classifieds series, if you enjoy classifieds figures, if you don't collect them, now this is one thing. If you don't collect them, I totally get the frustration because you want 3 3/4 inch figures. That's what you collect. I totally get it. But if you collect the classifieds line, you want to leave it the way it is, because if they start making 3 3/4 inch figures, you're going to get crappier classifieds figures at 6 inch. So if they come out and they start making a retro 3 3/4 inch line again, right? The funding is going to be cut out of the classifieds line. They don't separate the funding. So every brand has their funding. Star Wars has their funding. And a lot of that funding has to be split now in half between the vintage collection and the Black Series. That's why every year you see less and less waves of the Black Series, because they're doing so many or a certain amount of vintage collection, and they can only do a certain amount of Black Series. So that starts to be a problem. So if you enjoy the classifieds line and you like it the way it is, and you like your accessories, and you like your paint apps, and you like everything, and you like your HasLabs, you don't want a 3 3/4 inch line right now. But if you do collect 3 3/4 inch, then I totally get the banging on the table for it. The Figure Fever says the Armorer's Forge is original and will be a great release indeed. Yeah, I think it's a really nice set, a very nice set. Really nice pictures. Whoever took these photos did a good job. Got nice and up close. Maybe that one's not that great, but that one's really good. I think the helmet actually looks a little bit better in the up close and in personal photos than the photos they were showing off as the prototypes or the promos. There's Ahsoka. That is a very good head sculpt and very good paintwork on that face. That is very good. But we all know what they're going to do. They're going to pull a Balin skull and they're going to re-release her with her cloak on. You know that's what's going to happen. So maybe pass on this one and wait for the next one, which is probably what I might do. I was never like a huge Ahsoka person. Like I was always way more invested in Leia than Ahsoka. Like I just was like, okay, she's a sidekick and she's not that big of a deal. Like, I don't know. I just never viewed Ahsoka as really all that important to me. This, holy shit. This, let me see the face. It's okay. Some of the face on the vintage stuff looks really good for 3 3/4 inch, But then it's still like, yeah, something's missing. It looks kind of like a stunt double. And this is why I think I've really have enjoyed 6-inch figures the way I have, because you can really get that face. And that's a really good face sculpt. I think they did a really good job getting the likeness. But okay, so there's Black Series stuff. Let's get out of there because I don't want to spend too much time on the same thing. Let us move on to. I don't really cover movie figure stuff, so I'm not really going to be covering that. I'm going to skip that. Ooh, let's talk some Jada toys. So they literally, I hate when I say that word. It's not, you don't have to say the word literally. You just say what the thing is. Sorry. It's like a bad habit I'm trying to get rid of, and people say it all the time. Jada Toys showed off their entire line almost, I think, at least. Here's a Kuma. Oh my God, like, damn. This toy, I'm telling you, man, these toys, oh, there's T-Hawk, Vega, oh my God, Blanca, like almost like everyone, like there's my boy Blue right here, Balrog, Sagat. I mean, jeez, Figure Fever. Oh my God, thank you for the super chat. Let me get your super chat up there. Okay. He just says, everyone, sorry I have to go. Great night. Thank you very much, Figure Fever. Appreciate that, bro. I do appreciate that. And you have a great night yourself, as my dogs are just losing their mind. All of them now. I've got 4 dogs, and they're all barking crazily. But thank you, Figure Fever, so much for the super chat. That's very kind of you. I appreciate it. I want to set up something with memberships where you guys can join, and we could do like some sort of like tiered membership or something like that if you guys want to donate and stuff like that, or become just like a channel member. I'm thinking about doing that. I kind of held off a little bit. I think I just put like donations up there. If you want to donate to the channel, you can. I'm not forcing anybody to, but it's entirely up to everybody up to you guys. Not saying you have to or anything like that, but I've been considering putting channel memberships up there if you guys want to do something like that. Maybe I could do some fun t-shirts. That'd be something fun I'd like to do as well. This year I do plan on also getting a 3D printer. If I can afford it, maybe 2 bamboos. So that is definitely something I really want to get into, and 3D printing stuff, and maybe making my own business based off of that as well. I can do like, full figure kits, stuff like that. I would love to do stuff like that, and even just add stuff for my own collection. There's a ton of stuff I'd love to download from Land Speeder Luke. I'll tell you that right off the bat. Thanks, Figure Fever. I appreciate that, bud. Yeah. It'll definitely be the stream will definitely be available on replay. So, I should do a membership. Yeah, you know what I'll do? I'll throw a poll up, maybe tomorrow, and just see how many people will be interested in something like that. But yeah, we could do that. Like I said, I'd like to do t-shirts, and not just like lame t-shirts of like Old Dirty Collector, like who wants that? But like funny stuff, like I don't know, like quotes that we all know or stuff like that. Like we could do fun t-shirts that you don't really have to like assume the ODC brand or something, you know. But anyway, so we could do stuff like that. That would be nice to do and fun to do. And t-shirts are always fun. So, but these figures are just so good. My God, I'm still got my Dasim and I'm probably saying that name wrong. I always say his name wrong forever and ever. And Bison in my pile of loot, which I've been waiting and waiting and waiting to ship out my pile of loot forever now. It's got like, I think I have like 23 items in my pile of loot. So it's going to be a big box when I get it. Might end up having to send 2 boxes. But it's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in there. But these figures are so awesome. This is like one of those, I'm trying not to get into new lines, but I've already dove in kind of head first with getting, and there's the Honda. Oh man, this is like really bringing back Soda Street Fighter vibes for me, and I just love it. I love it to death. Oh, so good. Look at that. Evil Ken, Evil Ryu. So good. Look at the sculpting going on his chest scar. Crazy good. Super impressed with these. They just look like I'm staring at a friggin' video game. They're so good. Then we finally got to see all of these figures. It's so great. Love it. And we've got some, I don't know what these are. Turbo? I'm not really into the anime look. I'm not going to lie, guys. It's not my cup of tea. So I don't know anything about Turbo. Maybe it's some sort of anime I don't know about. But the body sculpts look really good. I think Jada Toys has just been getting better and better with each year. They're doing Scooby-Doo figures. That's pretty crazy. My might have to get some of these for Alex. So Jada Toys just always knocking it out of the park. It's just so easy for them. And it's because I feel like they think like collectors. They're like, oh, why don't we just do this? It's so simple. Why don't we just price them at $25 and offer lots of accessories and well-sculpted figures? It's just that simple. Oh, you want Universal Monsters? We'll do those too, sure. They're getting fun licenses and offering great articulation. Friggin' figure arts type articulation. Cyberpunk 2077 video game. Oh, okay. That's what those are? Interesting. I'm going to skip the TMNT stuff for now. I do want to look at the McFarlane Spawn. Oh my God. I have a weak point for Spawn. Fell in love with the Spawn design since I picked up the first figure at a Comic-Con back in 95, I think, or something, 94. And then coming home, opening the figure up, and watching the movie Sidekicks. Anybody know what the movie Sidekicks is? I remember playing with the figure. My dad was making me... my dad ordered a pizza. Best pizza in the world. Buffalo, New York, by the way. Ordered a pizza. We're watching Sidekicks with Chuck Norris and the kid from Ladybugs. I can't remember his name. I think, rest in peace, he did pass away years ago. Need a big shelf for that one. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a big boy statue. But he's What in the world is this? I don't even know what that is. That's insane, though. It's like a cyborg spawn. It's like Rat City Deviant. Okay. Cool. I guess they're doing another Kickstarter? Okay. That's a thing. I mean, I did join the first Kickstarter for that original Spawn. I got the just the classic look. That was years ago. I think it was 4 years ago. I think it was like 2020 they did that. But this looks really good. Look at all the intricate. See, this is where I'm telling you, man. Todd's got a lot of flaws in his figures. There's a lot of like outdated articulation and just some nonsense with them, and the price being weird and going from like $20 to 24 to 30 to 35 back down to 25. None of it makes any sense with the prices lately with him. The articulation definitely, I'm just going to say it. The ankles suck. The wrists suck. I'm not going to bullshit. But the figures, like the sculpting and the detail, it's like, good Lord. It's so good. Even a figure with a basic ass design like gets so much sculpt and detail put into their figures. Oh, so good, man. Look at all that. God, that must be a bitch to paint. It looks so good. This must have been that medieval Spawn that they were talking about doing a Kickstarter for, because it looks just so goddamn good. And I have the first release of Medieval Spawn 2, and it's such a great figure. It is missing a ton of paint apps, which this one seems to have. But man, I do love that figure. Oh my God, look at all this. Wait, are we going down the Dark Ages? Because this screams Dark Ages to me. With some of this sculpting right here, with the helmet and the skull in there. And I love Spawn the Dark Ages. With all of the Viking stuff and all of the medieval time stuff. Oh. It looks like he's got removable chest pieces, removable armor, clearly multiple different heads. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get this. I am definitely getting this. He comes with a friggin' lance. Is that a lance in the background? Because that's awesome. And then multiple heads. He comes like 4 or 5 heads. Oh, I thought this was a lance. I would have been like, that would have been amazing. But it's like a big, huge, like mace. Holy Moses. Yeah, McFarlane and his toys, A&D, are frustrating at times. I agree. They are obnoxious, but holy cow, we got a mace on a chain, an actual chain. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this sword. Bro, look at the shield. Oh my God, I'm just seeing through this for the first time. That's how much time I've had. I have no time to see any of this stuff. So you're literally, I just said that word again. You're actually seeing me see this for the first time. This is great. I am absolutely backing this. I don't care. So great. Oh my God, I love it. There's so much paint detail. It looks amazing. It's like a spear axe combo. August of 2024. You got it. I'll be there, Tim. I don't know who Tim is. Look at this. Would you just look at it? Just look at it. Got a bandolier sheath. Oh my God. If you're remotely a Spawn fan, that is a must get. I have no idea what this is. It's clearly a comic. I don't know. Is it like Berserker? Okay. Somebody let me know in the comments what the hell this is. Looks cool. Nice sculpt. I don't know who this is though. I have to clearly have to read up on stuff. Look at this. Dude. Look at like the chunks of flesh in the oh my good lord. He's got like part of his ear ripped off. He got Mike Tyson. Yeah, more than Mike Tyson. He got friggin' destroyed. I'm telling you, McFarlane, his damn sculpts. Look at all of the detail in his chest. Give me another photo. Look at this, dude. That is all sculpt work. Drag it down. Like the wound right here. That's crazy. Great job. Great job. He said, I don't know either. I don't know. He looks cool, though. That's not supposed to be Al, is it? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Somebody will let me know. They'll be like, hey, it's this guy, you idiot. You know? And I'll be like, yeah, you're right. I'm an idiot. I don't know. But he's doing a bunch of statues now, and some of these look really good. Like, that looks really good. I get really tempted by statues. I went to GameStop, and they have this freaking Darth Revan. Oh, my God. This Darth Revan statue looks so awesome for just $70. I want it so bad. I think next week I'm gonna pull the trigger on it, but I have like no room anyway. This is a limited statue out of 900. Pretty cool. I'm probably not going to get this, but I do get heavily tempted because I have a soft spot for. I occasionally will buy a statue. Occasionally, that Spider-Man looks really good, even though I'm not. I have actually warmed up to Spider-Man. You guys will be so proud of me. I have grown so much in patience as a collector in the last, like, what was it? Since my early 30s when I started my late 20s. I started my channel. Wow, that Deadpool looks good. Damn. That's my kind of Deadpool right there. That's OG Deadpool. That's OG Deadpool for me. Damn. But I have tried, I've tried to give Spider-Man a more benefit of the doubt. So you guys will be proud of me. Okay, let's jump into this. Marvel Legends. Here we go. Let's get into it. So we've got this, which the smaller Sentinels, a lot of younger people were like, why do we have Sentinels that are so short? This doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, you never have played the arcade game nor heard of it. I mean, come on, man. Comes with the rock because they were holding at certain points in the game. They were holding rocks and whipping them at you. I'm pretty sure this is already sold out. I did not get any of these. Maybe they'll re-release it. I don't know. Hasbro Pulse is so weird about stuff. They're like, oh, we'll put the ferret out as an exclusive to Hasbro Pulse. Oh, it sells out in like a half a day. And then they like wait like 3 months and then they like throw it back up on there. And I'm like, what the hell sense does that make? You either have a limited stock and it's sold out forever, or it's like, and it just randomly will pop up out of nowhere. So it's like they want you to keep checking the website. That shit is annoying. Come on, man. Those type of tactics that companies do are annoying as shit. At least let people know, hey, we're getting more of the ferret. It's going to be up on this date. You have a better chance at it. Or a second chance at it, whatever. So we're getting a new Wolverine. They're showing the whole crew. It makes sense. I hope we get a newly tooled Cyclops. I think Cyclops is the most needed out of any of them because they've already released Nightcrawler in the X-Men 97 wave, and we're already getting a re-release of that Juggernaut Colossus 2-pack. Storm, I mean, I wouldn't mind that Storm re-release. I have that Storm, so I don't need it. And I actually have two of her, so one can go in this with this set, and the other one can go with my giant size X-Men display. Andy says updated brown suit for Wolverine, the only one I'm pre-ordering. Yeah, I don't know if they're re-releasing this as a box. Are they going to do like a box set and hold them hostage, or if it's just going to be a single release for Wolverine? I don't know, but I want that Wolverine. That Wolverine not only reminds me of clearly it's the video game, but it also, when that game came out, the Toy Biz figure was just coming out, and that was, I want to say, besides, I think it was Cyclops and Wolverine I got at the same time. And I was actually in the Bahamas the first time I was introduced to Toy Biz X-Men, the 4-inch ones or whatever they were, 5-inch or whatever. So this is really cool. I like this. I would eventually like to get that Sentinel 2-pack. I'm going to wait on it. It wasn't like a dire need for me, but I think this Wolverine looks good. The claws look a lot better. The face sculpt. Long day. Sorry. The face sculpt looks really good. I'm going to hit a vape really quick so I can wake up. Need a little nicotine. But I think this looks really good. I'm very, very pleased with it. So, yeah, I would like to get the Wolverine. Hopefully it's not a hostage pack. But I think that'll look good in the display. And, yeah, nice job. I'm trying to flick through to see how many more photos we have of only Wolverine. Just those. All right, so I was recycling. Let's go through. Let's go back over here, and then we'll go up. Ooh, I do. Oh, those are 5 points. Okay, I did want to check out the McFarlane animated series stuff, but we can get to that in a minute. Is that the McFarlane? No, those are 5 points animated series Mezco. Okay, I don't care about that. Unless you guys care about that, let me know if you guys want me to talk or show something. TMNT Tatsu is pretty cool. I kind of stopped. I never really continued to collect the Ninja Turtle movie line. I got the 4 figures a long time ago when they were separately released, and I haven't bought any of the 2-packs. I would eventually like to get. I just want the Shredder with his spear. I want that Shredder, and he comes with the cape. I just want that Shredder. I don't need Splinter. I don't need anybody else. I don't need Toka. I don't need Razor. I just want that Shredder, and that's it. But the Tatsu is pretty cool for people that they're still releasing stuff for the movie stuff, so that's good. I'm happy for the collectors that are still knee deep into that line. I'm not going to really touch on the Deadpool Wolverine stuff. I still haven't seen the movie, so I don't know anything about it or if it's any good. It's nice to see Wolverine actually in a friggin' costume. And now that lets people know that it's been so welcomed that he's in the costume that maybe they'll actually keep him in the damn costume now. So instead of putting him in leather and half naked or fully naked, just, in movies, Bryan Singer, hack. Let's go to, there's some other stuff. Oh, there's WWE stuff. Oh, let's talk about the Legends panel, because I have some stuff to say about, well, this man right here too. But I gotta say, they Hasbro Marvel Legends team kind of pulled a whoopsie doo. Hey, maybe we should have released him with the chair to begin with. He's got two different face plates that you can put on. I believe those are face plates, not different heads. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think they're face plates. This is a very good looking Kang. I am not going to lie. I want it because I want the damn chair. And I'm one of maybe 7 people that actually like Kang as a villain. But because to me, Kang was always a Fantastic Four villain, or an Avengers villain, I guess. But to me, he was always more of like a Fantastic Four villain. I like the chair. I like the big gun he comes with. It's actually pretty cool. Ooh, excuse me. I think everything looks really good with this set. I just wish the original would have just came with the damn set, or at least came with the proper rifle. Here's the packaging for the Sentinel. Looks really good. And I think it is a 2-pack. Yeah, it's a 2-pack. Very nice. Sorry if I'm clicking too fast. I don't want to go too quick. This is a nice set. It comes with 1 rock, which is perfectly fine. You have one holding the rock, and then the other one just shooting at them. But yeah, looks really good. I want to get to Dragon Man if I can. Where in the world is my Dragon Man? Because that is what I really want to talk about. I was hoping they would just showed all of that. I don't know why Toy Arc does this. They like split stuff up. It's very weird how they handle their reveals. They like separate stuff. Oh, wait a minute. We got to talk about this guy. This is another one of, I want to say, my most anticipated figure, Annihilus, coming out. But Diamond Select has some really cool stuff that you guys should just not put on the back burner. I think a lot of their stuff that's coming out. I want this War Machine. It looks so good as just a centerpiece. I feel like even the figures, like I got Better Ray Bill. That Better Ray Bill, he's so out of scale. Like it doesn't even matter to me. Like when I got him, I was like, I know he's going to be like, he's like 8 or 9 inches tall. He's out of scale. I don't care. It's such a well done figure. Same thing with that classic Captain America. None of these Diamond Select figures are going to be in scale. I think like just the pure, I don't know, they feel like a premium figure. Like when you're getting a Diamond Select figure, you're getting like a premium figure for like a very low cost. You're spending $30 on a figure that I feel like it looks like $40 or $50. And then you always get like crazy accessories. Like he's getting his jet or a totally different torso that you can put on him. Like who offers that at $30? Nobody. You can still get that big old juggernaut that they've have back up on the site all the time. You like Kang also, Andy? Yeah, me too. You can get that big old juggernaut from way back in the day that you can balance on 1 foot running at people for $30. Some depending on where you buy it from, 25. Like it's insane. I love their figures. I don't want them to ever stop doing Marvel figures specifically because I love what they do with the sculpts and the detail. Even though they don't have the best articulation, like I picked up Crimson Dynamo and I have Titanium Man. And I actually use both of them because they're actually in scale perfectly, I think, with Marvel Legends, because they were always kind of depicted a little bit bigger, especially Titanium Man. So, but this War Machine, I love War Machine. As a character, his design, I love it. So this is a must get for me. This was like the cherry on top. But the Annihilus, oh man, when they announced this last year, I was like, oh, I cannot wait to get this. This is going to be in Marvel Legends scale. This is going to be perfect. This is what I've been waiting for. I don't want to build a figure. I don't think I need I don't need a deluxe figure from Marvel Legends. This is the guy for me right here. He is going to completely destroy the old Build-A-Figure I have and completely replace him. I'm probably going to sell that one. And this is just so great. Andy, yeah, that classic Captain America, man. Yeah, you do need to do a video on him. You do. He's so good. He's so good. If you don't have that classic Captain America from Marvel Select, go get him. Go get him. Same thing with Beta Ray Bill. Go get him. Even if you're not, if you remotely like Beta Ray Bill, you should have that in your collection. It's such a good figure. But then they announced this, and I'm like, oh my God, look at the wings. They're actually accurate to how the wings should look on Archangel. He comes with extra heads. Like, it's just, oh my God, look at it. Look, holy shit. Look at the head. Look at those wings. His wings have wings. It's so good. And like I said, he comes with the other mast head. Let me zoom out of this. Oh. The long mullet hair, you love that. And then he's got the mast head. So great job with Warren Worthington. And then we've got, I don't even remember the name of these things. I can't. Mini-mates. I'm shocked they even still make mini-mates. Are they still like a thing that people collect? I have no idea. Not trying to diss anybody who collects them, but got some more statues. That Apocalypse looks really good. Oh my God, look at that Beta Ray Bill's face. Look at that face. That's got to be the best Beta Ray Bill I've ever seen. I know it's just a statue, but good Lord. I wish they made a Marvel Legend like this. Good God. Oh my God, that figure. Pardon me. So good. Oh my God, I can't wait for that Annihilus. Got like a mini Silver Surfer, like animated. Oh, they got like a little animated statue. Oh boy. What's the big deal with Hallows Eve all of a sudden? Like everyone's like releasing figures of her all of a sudden. Like, is she a thing? I don't know. I don't know about. I got the figure of her. She's a solid figure, the Marvel Legend, but I don't know. I did want to check this out because for some reason, I don't know what it is. I always made the exception with like Hot Toys. I only collected Star Wars. When it comes to statues, it's the same thing. I always end up getting some sort of Star Wars statue. So I just wanted to breeze through this. That Gamorrean bust looks good. I can't do busts for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's like a weird, like you got half a figure on there. I don't know. Never a big fan of busts for some reason. I don't know. It's like, where's the other half? Where's his legs? This is cool. Another Cantina patron. I wish we got that in the Black Series. 2 more Cantina patrons. Stop not doing them. Double negative. That's just silly. Oh my god, they announced this Max Rebo band set. It's very expensive. Like $130 something for, and they're way out of scale. Like they're way too big. And like that would just be a cool centerpiece to have. And they're actual figures. They have articulation. But I can't justify spending $134 for them when I think one day that at least one day that maybe the Black Series will do it. We've got some like, are those cloth goods? No, that's so well sculpted that almost looks like cloth goods. But it's not. You can actually see the seam in the knee. It's good looking though. Ooh, that looks good. I still wish Luke had his green lightsaber, his actual lightsaber for that look. But cool stuff. Just wanted to take a quick look. That Wampa looked really good too. All right. Do I dare go into Kota? No, I'll skip Kotobukiya for now. What's a Goyle to do? Breakfast at Marvel Legends? What is this? Woodman says, "Gotta run, guys. I'll catch the replay. Gotta go do some collaborative chat with someone. With some one of your buddies. Have a great night. You too. Have a great night, Woodman. Thanks for popping in, bud. Appreciate it. Enjoy your collabo. All right, maybe this. Okay, this has got to be all the stuffs coming out. There is. I think this is that the Venom from the friggin' 5-pack, I think. There's Odin. I do want this Odin. I just $50 is. I know he's a bigger figure. I might wait on it. This does blow the Build-A-Figure out of the water, but I might have to wait on it a little bit. That Wolverine, I have him. He's right here. He's so good. He's so good. The amount of sculpt and detail on him, and the paint is pretty solid. He's really good, guys. I'm telling you. I need to do a review of this guy. Can't stop staring at him. He's so good. I want that 2-pack with Luke Cage and Iron Fist. And I can't wait for this. I think this might be my second most anticipated. Gonna try and wait on that Odin as well. Yeah, I agree, Andy. But this... Sorry, I didn't mean to zoom in there. Will you... Computer. Knock it off. The Ghost Rider is, I think, getting Danny Ketch is a big deal. Whoa, that is a terrible photo. I am moving my microphone everywhere. Sorry. The Doctor Doom, that 3-pack originally. So Amazon was like, "Hey, maybe you pre-ordered this 3-pack from us. Do you maybe want us to charge you?" And I was like, "Yeah, no. I'm going to pass for now." So I passed on that 3-pack. I don't know if it's sold out now, but I have 3 Doctor Dooms. If it goes on sale, maybe I'll scoop it up. But I don't need another Taskmaster either. I just don't need him that much. And this one, while it's a hostage pack, is what it is. It really is. I think that's it for Marvel Legends. I think that might be it. I thought they were going to show some of the other stuff, like I don't know where Dragon Man is in this. That stupid face. Oh man, that's funny. Box looks good. Not that I care about packaging, but it does look good. That stupid face. Look, I don't know if you guys saw the new Planet of the Apes, but there's this scene where oh no, oh no, it's turned into a meme. That's what that face reminds me of. Let's see. Did they? Oh, there's Death's Head. No, they still will not show. There's Death's Head. I passed on him. I have the first Death's Head. I don't know. Maybe if it ends up on Hasbro Pulse, I'll get one down the road. But this wasn't a big deal for me, I guess. Maybe I'll regret saying that, 6 months from now when I'm like, I should have got that. That's how that goes. But it's all good either way. I don't think I'm missing out, really. All right, so Jada's doing a good job. Wasn't a lot of Joe stuff other than the Rattler. That was like that's it, which is weird, Like I wanted to cover more Joe stuff, but there was not really much to cover. So let's jump head first into some NECA Turtles, because every time I think I'm leaving and I think I'm done and I'm like, okay, got these turtles now. I think this is the last of my turtles. More turtles show up. And then I'm like, oh, shit. Let me hold on 1 second. Sorry, guys. There we go. Sorry, I had that comment up for so long. But yeah, so they announced this throne a while ago, I think before San Diego Comic-Con. That Christmas Turtles box set is a no for me. No, thank you. The throne, while it's cool, I don't need it. It looks great though. Great sculpt work on it. More, they got the gray or black, the black and white Universal Monster Turtles. I love that Donatello. I still want that Donnie. That Leo, that Hunchback Leo is shameful. How dare you? Oh man. I'm still looking for a Rex one. Every time I find him, he's going for like $60, $70. I'm just like, no. Maybe one day I would like to get that Slash, but that's also not my favorite look for Slash. He looks like a doofus. Never liked his animated look, really, but if so facto he on sale, me will purchase so. I don't know why I put O on the end of that. That's me with Marvel Legends. Yeah. I feel you. I feel you on that one, Andy. Friggin' where is this is hilarious, by the way, that episode. Isn't it where he cuts up all the pizzas? He slices all the pizzas. Files from Pizza Squad. Wait, was that I thought this was like a doily, but is that? Hold on. Is that like pizza dough, or is that just him on a doily? That's weird if you just put a figure on a doily. Am I going crazy? Why is it on a doily? So weird. But we got tattoo and we got worms announced. This is a musket for me. Tattoo might be a musket because I don't think Super 7 is going to get their head out of their rear end and do these figures. So now I have to resort to going back to NECA for some fun. But I always love Worm. And I don't know why I said worms. I was like Worm and I was like Tattoo. Tattoo might not, it isn't always everybody's cup of tea, but that Worm figure is one of the best out of the friggin' toy line. I'm still waiting for a damn pizza face, and I was hoping that Super 7 would do one because I want the toy version because he's grotesque and I love it. And maybe they would add a custom head with a head on it. You know what I'm talking about? That like unreleased head that was supposed to be his head. That would be pretty cool. Donnie's Lab is pretty awesome. That's going to be that would be a guilty pleasure for me. Those 2 packs are complete passes for me. This wrestling situation is a pass for me. And then, sorry, I am scrolling very fast, but it's just probably stuff like Mondo Gecko is mine. He's currently just doesn't know it yet. But he will be mine. If you know me, you know I love me some Mondo Gecko. So he's actually popping up. So I've seen him. I haven't seen Mondo yet. Mondo looks stoned out of his mind. Like, dude, why does it do that? My computer, like, if I tap something once, it like thinks I tapped it twice because it's super sensitive. Triceratons, Leatherface. Now this is going to the Mirage comic stuff. Naked Mikey, I think that's Naked Mikey. But that leather head looks really good. Did I say Leatherface? I can't remember. I would eventually like to get a normal, just like Mirage Comics shredder that's not like beat up, because that's all I ever find is the stupid beat up shredder. I'm like, I just want a normal shredder. Can we just get a normal shredder, please? Thank you. Please and thank you. So, pretty cool. I mean, NECA always does such good work. Triceratons and their Dundies. Looks good. Great job. Super Turtle. Yeah, so like this is what I'm talking about. I just want a regular, plain Mirage shredder, not scarred up shredder, beat up shredder. Oh, that looks so good. That looks great. I love that head sculpt. He's got his little apple bottom jeans with the boots with the fur. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot here that's really good. I can't dive too deep into the Mirage stuff. Like I have all 4 turtles in that 4-pack that was like I think like a Target exclusive, but I can't go too deep with this stuff. Like I have the Last Ronin armored version. That's enough for me. I'm not going too heavily into this stuff because it's just too much of a can of worms, and I don't have the room. Like I'm barely able to put. I had to put the Mirage Turtles with the what you call it? Turtles. I can't remember. Loyal Subjects Turtles together because I just don't have room. running out of room, man. So NECA did a good job with a lot of this stuff. They had a really nice display too there. I saw some people's or some content creators walk through, and I think they did a pretty good job. They were getting a NECA Pee Wee Herman. I mean, Pee Wee will always have a special place in my heart. I remember watching him as a kid, and so there's that. I refuse to look at Mezco because it's too tempting. So get away from me. I can't look at you. I'm just kidding. I'll go over and look at them. I still want this as far as I want, but probably end up won't getting the Mezco Fantastic Four. I want it so bad, but I can't spend $450. Like, it's just, they look so amazing though. Oh man. That would be like a grail item, I think, for me would be this set, because they're some of my favorite characters of all time, and like they just, like, Ben looks so good. I feel like they don't all look like they're wearing pajamas, which is great. Like sometimes you get a Mezco figure and they look like they're wearing pajamas, which they need to do an updated Flash so I can finish off my Justice League, for God's sake. But yeah, I agree. And he says, damn, those look so good. And the Mezco styling really suits them. Yeah, it does. They look great. They look so good. And Johnny comes with like flames that you can like attach to the body, and they just sit right on the body naturally. And it comes with like a flaming head too. That Doctor Doom, like they're probably gonna show it next, and I'm gonna be of course. Like, look how good that Doctor Doom looks. I think he's like $100 on him by himself. Like, I'm just like, yeah, maybe I could splurge, but I like to do other stuff and live before I could do that. Not really pleased with this Magneto, and you guys know how much I love Magneto. He's top 5 villains, probably my favorite villain in the Marvel Universe. Doom is up there too. I'll pass on him, and that looks really good though. But I have no intention on getting Iron Fist. They're showing some older stuff too. I always wanted this Black Bolt. Like, if I got that Fantastic Four set and I got Doctor Doom, I would absolutely love to add Black Bolt with that, because I feel like Inhumans, Fantastic Four, they're like, peanut butter and jelly, they go together. Or if you just recently watched Big Daddy, you could say, what do you prefer, spaghetti and meatball to my lemon tuna fish? That Thanos looks really good too. Just, he's an older figure too, I think, that they released. I don't know if he's still available or not. Same thing with these two. It's not Danny Ketch, so this was an easy pass for me. It's a great looking set. It's just way too, I think it was like, what, $200-$300, something like that. Ooh, that's a really nice classic look. Very simple and classic look for Doc Ock. Not my favorite look, I'm going to be honest, but very simple and classic. So, ooh, that head sculpt looks really good, though. I don't care about Spider-Gwen, or whoever that is. Gwenpool? No, that's Spider-Gwen. Yeah, I just don't care about her. I don't give a shit about that character at all. That Goblin looks really good. So does this Spooderman. So, just trying to give you guys my objective opinion. That looks like ass. I'm sorry, but I don't like that. Spider-Man 2099. That looks like pajamas. Yet again, I was telling you. Those are PJs right there. You got your Spider-Man PJs. I ain't going bed. You go CP. The Morbius looks a little bit better. That doesn't look too bad. I have that Punisher, actually. It's one of the few mascots. Now, they showed this. There's another soft spot I have. Of course, it's for the X-Men. I don't like that Scott. I don't like him. I don't like Mezco when they get a hold of something and then they kind of try to Mezco it. And I'm like, no, you didn't need to put panel lines all over him. You kind of muffed it on that one. But this Wolverine in the training suit, it looks really good. And for some reason, I don't know why. I can't explain it. But there's something about the training suits that always have grabbed my attention. I don't know if it's because they're the uniformity of it, and I always liked the fact that all the X-Men kind of had their own style and look, and that was the cool thing about them. They weren't so uniformed. But to take them and then give them uniforms as a whole team, it's great. And it was for a short period of time. And for some reason, it just always I'm just staring at that whole set. And I know we're getting the Professor X for it. And I just can't stop staring at it all the time. It's like my eyes always go to that whole set. And the fact that we even got all of them is insane. Anyway, that's my little rant about the training suits. The Gambit looks really good. So Mezco has always done really good work here and there. I just don't like this thing. You should not have brought that to the show. That looks really good. It's not my favorite Batman suit, but it looks good as a figure. It looks like a man in a suit. Good job. That looks pretty good. That looks like ass. I'm sorry. I don't like that. Well, I also don't like Ezra Miller, but this cap looks really good. This old classic cap. Because he's all plastic, Iron Man, he looks great. But that cap, man. Damn. That looks good. It looks good, but I can appreciate it from afar. So that's what I'll do. All right, I got to get away from Mezco because it's just annoying me. I don't know. I think that might be it. I'm not going to cover Super 7 stuff. I've already talked about the Super 7 2003 Turtles. Oh, Street Sharks. I forgot. Okay, so I do want to talk some Street Sharks for a minute, and then I'll wrap it up. So, the two I had for the longest time from Street Sharks, because my parents could not find me any others, were Big Slamu, and I think it's Blades. Never had the villain. Never had Ripster, which that's in my pile of loot too. And what you call it? Jab or Jabber? I can't remember his friggin' name. Anyway, the Hammerhead and the Great White. I always had the Tiger Shark and the Whale Shark, which essentially is Big Slamu and I think it's Blades, or I can't remember his name. It's not like, wait, what the hell's, I gotta just look it up. But anyway, let's see. I know they're up here. I guess not. At this, they took it down. No. When browsers do things that you didn't ask it to do. Okay. Yeah, Jab. I was right. Slamu. Streaks? I don't remember that. Right? Streaks. That sounds like a bad name. I thought it was always like Blades or something. Because he had like rollerblades on. Am I going crazy? Oh, I'm thinking of like I think I'm thinking of Streets of Rage. Anyway, I never had Ripster. I always wanted them. So I always had two of the brothers, never all four. And it always drove me nuts. And I was like, well, one day I'll get the vintage figures. No. Why? Because they're expensive as shit. So I was like, when Mattel released or announced that they were going to do, the Villain Slash, which I never had. They're going to do Dr. Paranoid. And essentially the whole line, I was like, oh my God, with updated articulation, you have sold me, sir. And they come in the original box. Like, what's not to love about that? I know some people frown upon Street Sharks. That's perfectly fine. But for me, I like him. He also comes with, so the original Streaks, is that how you say his name? I feel like I'm talking like shit marks or something. Anyway, his nails, you would press this like button on his forearm and his nails would protrude out of his glove. So in this case, they didn't have a gimmick like that for the newer figures. They just updated the articulation. You've got alternate hands, so it looks like his nails are coming out and normal. So pretty awesome. And then Slamu, I always called him Big Slamu. I don't know why, because he felt like the biggest one of the bunch. So I'm sticking to Big Slamu. That's what we're gonna do. Maybe I'll make a Big Slamu t-shirt and I'll sell that. You guys can buy a Big Slamu, even though he's not called that. And we could do that, maybe. But I'm super pumped for these. I already pre-ordered them. I want the two villains and the four brothers, and that's it. So we're good. I don't think I'm going to cover anything else. I think I've pretty much have gone on. I guess we could take a look at if there's anything I missed with the Black Series stuff, because I do want to heavily cover that, I guess, because I'm a big fan of. I'm back with the Black Series, baby. Can't help it. Can't wait to get this box set. I ordered two, just because the Qui-Gon looks actually, I think, better than the one that was re-released in the what was it? The Phantom Menace packaging. And they come with their robes. So I'm like, well, well, and it's an all new mall. The whole body is brand new. So like you can't beat that. No. You can see Qui-Gon's got pinned legs, which, I mean, if you're going to give us a new Maul, you might as well give us a new Qui-Gon and a new Obi-Wan. Why not? Just do the whole thing. But at least we got cloth goods for them, even though I have cloth goods already for them from a long time ago. Really hoping to get this set. Can't wait. This month should be the B2 Battle Droid. Or the Super Battle Droid, excuse me, and Palpatine. Why does it take us so long to get Palpatine? Out of all the characters, you couldn't do Darth Sidious? Like, why were we stuck with Return of the Jedi Palpatine forever? I will never understand that. Why they make us wait forever for characters that should be a staple of the line. these are also characters that you could re-release down the road if people had missed out. Like, do you know how much it took from 2013 to 2024, 11 years for us to get a Darth Sidious? That should be blasphemous. Anyway, rant over. He looks great. Can't wait to get him. He drops this month. Same thing with the Battle Droid. Can't wait. So, and like I said, I'm not a big fan of the show, The Acolyte, but the figures are great. They are really good. I have, 4 out of the line. I have Soul in my pile of loot, Jackie in my pile of loot. Still waiting on Zendara, and that's it for the line. So, or at least for the wave, excuse me. But the figures are really good, man. Don't sleep on the figures. I think they're solid figures. Worst case scenario, you could always use them for customs for other Jedi if you wanted to. But I think the figures are worth a buy, I think. Or you could wait for them to go on sale if you want to, roll the dice. Or if you don't care, completely pass on them. I'm just saying, I think the figures are solid. I can't wait for Hammerhead. I'm really hoping that this Yoda and Commander Gree go back up for pre-sale, because the fact that it was like sold out in like a day kind of put a bad taste in my mouth with Hasbro Pulse. Oh, Automatica, how's it going, Olivia? Damn, those look good, and the Mezco styling really suits them. Yeah, I agree. The if you were talking about the Mezco figures, yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's a ton of stuff on here. Thanks for popping in, Olivia. I appreciate it. These I just pre-ordered this 2-pack. It's a really good looking 2-pack. The Captain Enoch and the Night Trooper, and I'm pretty sure they're going to re-release this as an Ezra disguise. But the Thrawn looks really good too. Very good likeness to the actor. So, the 3-pack. I want to get this because it's a Jedi Survivor, and I'm a big fan of the Jedi series. I'm hoping and praying that one day, and I'm not a religious person, but I am hoping my thoughts go with I really am hoping that we get one day a remastered Jedi series from the old Jedi Academy days. Jedi Academy and then Jedi Academy 2 would be awesome if we can get those remastered. And then, hey, maybe get a Kyle Katarn. Come on. Dark Forces 2. Huh? Kyle Katarn figure? Anybody? Orange lightsaber? Come on. I love this box set. Such a great box set. Like I said, just shot the review up there, and I'm having a lot of fun with those figures. The Jorah Sabaoth is really good. The Luke is really good. They got Mara Jade in that weird pose. It's pretty funny, though. Not a big fan of these Holocom figures. I don't know. They're way too expensive for what they are. They're a pet peeve pickup, I feel like, at best. And really the only one that I want is Emperor Palpatine. That's it. That's I don't know how this does it. I don't know how the LED would shine a light through soft goods. Like, it just, I just feel like this would have made more sense, right? Okay, just follow me on this for a second. This would have made way more sense. Don't give them articulation. Just make them a statue. Drop the price drastically. Blue clear plastic, right? Make them a statue. This way the LED light can shine throughout the whole body, because once you have articulation, it's not going to be able to hit all of the points like light is refracting on multiple angles now because it's hitting points of articulation. So the light can't go all the way to the top of the head. It's stopped. It's being stopped. Sorry. But it would have been nice if they would have just done statue figures with the puck and then the LED feature. That would have been just made more sense, I think. So there's that. But that's just my 2 cents. Other people's thoughts may vary. What's going on with this blur? I mean, this is all stuff that I have no intention of collecting, but the blur on these today. This is pretty cool though. Like, I think these are like vintage, really vintage style packaging for like, I think it's vintage style. Well, it's the vintage line, but they're in that old style packaging, which is really nice. Like the old one, not this kind. Looks good though. There's Captain Enoch, and I think that 4-packs is available now. Jedi Survivor Cal, which I'm shocked the Black Series hasn't done that as a variant, Rest of the Rebels crew to go with the Ghost. Some more vintage figures, stuff like that. I did actually splurge and get that oh my god. Bo-Katan, my god. I did actually get that Bo-Katan from the vintage collection, and she is a very good figure. Like, very good. I got that, and who else did I get? I got some of the re-release figures like Shea Vizsla and the Republic from the old Republic, the Republic Trooper. That's a really good figure. I always wanted it and always went for like hundreds of dollars. But yeah, some cool stuff. I am droned on long enough. My girlfriend's probably like, where are you? What are you doing? So I'll bring myself back here. And there we go. Hello. Maybe I have to go into my settings here. I don't know why my camera's off. What the hell? Why is my camera random? Oh. There. That was weird. It kept asking me to allow my camera. I'm like, I already allowed my camera the whole time. Like, what? Why'd you do that? Why you do this? But yeah, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to cover. If I didn't cover something, I'm sorry. But yeah, just wanted to kind of hang out, talk some figures. Like I said, I got her today. She's pretty cool. She'll go with the rest of my Inquisitorius. And then when I get the head for 9-Nub, I'll show you that, because I really got to learn how to paint faces. I think what it is, I don't have the confidence to paint the face. I think I'm like quasi scared. It's gonna get really bad. Because if you guys want to see how bad my face painting is, I could show you. I don't know if you want to do that to your eyeballs, but I could show you. It's especially with like human type characters. Like I feel like with like robot characters, it's a little bit easier for me. But when it comes to like humans and eyeballs, there's just something about my hands that stop working. They just like, is it? It's bad. So, backpacks and stuff like this. Like I got this backpack, helmets. I can do all that stuff. That I don't have an issue. Get my cup out of the way there. But like helmets, 3D printed helmets, stuff like that. I can do those all day, every day, up, down, left, right, center. What, human heads? Nope. Alien heads? Sure. I could have done 9-nub, but I thought it was nicely painted. So, like, I did buy this Biggs head. And I was I'm going to attempt to do it. It's probably not going to end well for him. It's not going to end well for you, sir. So, we'll see what happens there with good old Biggs, because I do need one. And why haven't we gotten a Biggs? These are just simple characters. They could just use the Luke body and just re-release. Like, you did it with Wedge. Where's Biggs, man? Where's all the rest of, like, Rogue Squadron? What are we doing there, you know? But anyway, I digress. I think I'm going to stop it here. Went on for almost 3 hours. Oh, my good Lord. I need to get something to eat. And I got to also open in the morning. So, you know, there's that. Sleep time. Bedtime for Bonzo. So there's that. Hope you guys enjoyed the review I did upload today. And that was on the Last Command box set. I'm not sure what review will be next. Oh, it's going to be the Guilty Pleasures review. That's coming up next with sequel trilogy figures that are Guilty Pleasures because I love the designs and no one talks about them. No one ever talks. I totally get the movies were a poo fest, but like the figures were good. Like some of them were really bad. Like Force Awakens Rey, whoa, not good. Finn, not good. Some of those red box, like early red box, those are the dark days of the Black Series right there. They like eyeballs that were painted like you thought I painted them. You know, not good. So there's that. But like you got some good ones. Like here's a preview. Like here's like this is a good figure. Like I dare you to tell me otherwise. Like this is a good figure. It's accurate to what can we focus? Come on. You want to do it. What are you trying to focus on, camera? But Maz Kanata is a good, well-sculpted, unique body that was never used ever again. Pretty sure she only had the one release. That was it. But she's like, you can move the little glasses up. She even got painting on the back of her head. Like, who would even see that? No one. Especially when you have her displayed. But, you know, maybe the eyes could be a little bit better. But for the most part, everyone's going to have the glasses down anyway. You know? And this was like, what, 2015? Think about how long ago that was. Almost 10 years ago. Good grief. I can't believe that it's almost been 10 years since that movie came out. Holy Moses. I think the thing that bothers me the most, and I'll just say this before I go, was everyone talks about potential. Like I watch a lot of sports, right? Football is my favorite. And you always hear everyone saying, oh, he was such a draft bust. What wasted potential? That's exactly how I feel with the sequel trilogy. I wanted it to be good. Everyone wanted it to be good. But what you got was like this like thing that was almost Star Wars, but like anti-Star Wars. If you look at the sequel trilogy, how it's built, it's built like anti-Star Wars. Like what was done before, we must do the opposite now. And like I get it. Directors have egos and want to do their own thing all the time, and they want to create something for themselves. But it's not really about you, the director. It's about what makes sense for the brand. What makes sense for Star Wars. not what makes sense for you and your agenda for Star Wars. And I'm not talking about political agendas. I'm just talking about everyone has an agenda when they're creating something. They have an idea, a thought process. And I feel like it became like a pissing contest between two directors, and it ruined what could have been something that was really good. Like, I mean, they could have even just gone completely vanilla, which they did in a different way, but they could have went completely vanilla and just done, I don't know, the Thrawn trilogy. They could have done, maybe not Dark Empire, but they could have done the story with Jason Solo and Jaina Solo. It's a much more interesting story to begin with. And they took the essentially the characters, like they switched stuff up for the sake of doing it, and they gave you a different, lazier version. Like there was no real meaning, no gravitas to each character or why they were doing the things that they were doing or how they were able to do the things that they were doing, or the motivations weren't really there. It was just kind of, it's just a kind of a wet fart. And it sucks to have to look back at it and go, just wasted potential. There was so much other stuff that they could have done. And it just kind of seemed like they were, I don't know how to explain it. It's like when you're a kid and you lend someone one of your toys, right? I'm going to lend you this Wolverine, right? And, the kid, when I was a kid, we used to do stuff like that. Hey, if I'll lend you this Wolverine for like a couple days or for the weekend if you lend me your Cyclops, right? And then you would trade, and then you would get the figure back, right? And then eventually, sometimes the other kid would say, "Hey, you know what? How about I'll trade you my Cyclops for that Wolverine," right? And you're like, well, like I really want Cyclops, but I really like this Wolverine. It's kind of important to me, and blah, blah. But okay, I guess I'll trade it. And then as soon as the kid trades it with you, he whips it up against the wall and shatters it into a million pieces. And it's like, whoa! If you're going to do that, like I would have kept it. That's kind of the feeling I got with Star Wars being sold to Disney. Like it's like they took the toy from like the cool kids. Like when I was younger, it's hard to explain what I'm trying to say, but I think you get it pretty much. When I was a kid, there were like the cool kids, like 6th, 7th, 8th grade. I got made fun of a lot. Anyway, got into a lot of fights, stuff like that happened. It's just the way I grew up in that generation. You had to fight for respect. You weren't given to it. You weren't just given it. It's a lot different now, but I remember that like the cool kids were like, "Oh, you read comics? That's so dumb. You play with toys? That's stupid. Who does 4-year-olds play with toys?" And like, I was the odd one out. Everyone listened to like, I love rap and hip hop and stuff like that. But I didn't listen to it like that. Like I grew up on punk rock and the Beatles and stuff like that. Like, so like I was a lot different. And so like I looked a different way. I had a friggin' mohawk. Like I look like an idiot. I probably was acting like an idiot or whatever. But I would get made fun of for the thing, not just for the way I looked, but for the certain things that I liked. Like I still like the same things I've always liked and still enjoy the same things I still always enjoyed. Like Ninja Turtles. I still always like Ninja Turtles. Everyone's like, Ninja Turtles, that was like 4 years ago. Where are you? Oh, you should be listening to rap music and doing this and that. Everyone's always telling me what I should be doing. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. So I get made fun of. And those were the cool kids. The cool kids always pointed and laughed. And it seems like now the cool kids have control over the things that we like. That's just the way it's kind of been since, for the last 10, 11 years. And I've said that, but everyone's like, no, this is great that we're getting all this stuff. And it is nice that we did get some good stuff down the road. But when you look back at it, I feel like there's a lot more that was kind of like, it's okay. And then there's other stuff where it's like, no, that's just the shits. I feel like that's outweighing the good. Like when you really think about it. I don't know. Maybe that's probably just my opinion about things. Especially, I think it resonates more with Star Wars because there's been not very good coming out of Star Wars. I'm not even going to get into the whole lore breaking situation thing. That's a different story for a different time. I'm just talking in general. I just don't think stuff is well planned out, well thought out. I don't think they have the people in the right position to make the decisions that they're doing, or that they're making. I think there's too many cooks in the kitchen making those decisions. And I think there's a lot of people with a lot of big egos that have no good intentions for Star Wars to give you the storytelling that George gave you. They took the thing from the dork and smashed it up against the wall. That's essentially what they did. George is the dork, and he sold it, got rid of it, and they've been fumbling the ball ever since. So anyway, I don't want to sit here and rant for the next however long, but I just kind of wanted to put that in perspective and talk and just, I guess, notate it, as I haven't really talked about any of the sequel stuff. I haven't talked about sequel stuff. I haven't talked about anything Disney, I don't think, since The Last Jedi, at all. Given my opinions, nothing. Maybe tidbits here and there, but I haven't really dove into anything. But anyway, I digress. If you like that stuff, it's great. I'm happy for you. Enjoy the Disney stuff. It's there for you. I'll always have my EU. That's what I like. EU is canon to me. Disney can be canon to whoever's out there. You enjoy it, go for it. Sorry, I'm talking with my hands a lot. Not Italian, but born in an Italian home. So, and if you're scratching your head on that one, I was adopted. So, anyway, but yeah, I mean, there's even some Disney stuff that I do enjoy. I do enjoy The Mandalorian. I enjoy the figures that come out, even if it's new media. If there's a design I enjoy, I'm gonna enjoy it. The storytelling, I just don't think it's not there. It's just simply not there. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this San Diego Comic-Con episode 22 of Thrill of the Toy Hunt. And I'm gonna go get some eats. I'm gonna go get some food and hang out with my girlfriend, and then go to bed. And yeah, I'll have that video up for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much. Someone did donate, and that was Figure Fever. Thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate that. And yeah, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. These are always fun to do. And I'll see you guys on the flip side.